Border Patrol. I have more detention space to hold people. At least in the last administration, we did stop the policy of catch and release, where we would catch people coming into this country. Catch them, if they come in from Mexico, we send them back that day. We catch them, we coming in from a country other than Mexico, we would hold them and say, okay, you're going to have a detention. You're going to have a detention hearing on, today's July, whatever, the 15th, and in 3 weeks we're going to have a hearing for you. Not surprisingly, 70% ask them to show up, and 70% of them never showed up. But we stopped that. Now we hold them. They're from a country other than Mexico. So I hear you, and I know it's having an impact. There are costs to communities in terms of increased educational costs, increased healthcare costs, but bottom line is, you expect your country to have an orderly system of entrance, and you expect the country to enforce its law. That's part of what being a sovereign nation is all about. Thanks, Elizabeth. Good hearing from you. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Elizabeth. I didn't mean to do that. I was just moving calls. Let's go to Michael up in the Slatington area. Hi, Michael.
Yes, sir, Mr. Dent. Piggybacking on to what Elizabeth just said, why the Department of Justice isn't enforcing our law, my question to you is, with the recent racial statements by the New Black Panthers, by the NAACP, why has Department of Justice failed to take to court the black men that were intimidating voters? They have no problem complaining about white people calling the Tea Party racist, but they will not call these black radicals racist. Is it because
Michael,
why?
Michael, let's get right to the issue here. You mentioned the prosecution of the Black Panther in Philadelphia, I think, that back in 2008, who was standing at a polling place. I think you've seen the video. He was charged and I believe prosecuted and convicted. I think he was nailed, caught. Long and short of it is the Department of Justice now has decided to drop this case. I cannot for the life of me understand this. It confounds me. It's a terrible thing. In fact, I'm going to probably make some inquiries over to DOJ about this because in Philadelphia, we have had issues of what I will say kindly and gently and politely as voter irregularities for some time, where the city of Philadelphia in the one election year had more than 40,000 registered voters than people of voting age. I remember in the 2000 presidential election in Philadelphia, we had better than 100% turnout in some precincts. Now, obviously, we all want to encourage civic participation, but 103% turnout in a precinct is a lot more than civic participation. There's something going on. Same is true with this, the way that, we've seen it over the years. And this case it seems to be a pretty clear case to me. This was voter intimidation in a polling place. And I have written the U.S. Attorney in the past about voter fraud incidents throughout the Commonwealth. I wrote them in 2008 where we saw we had cases in various counties around the Commonwealth, and I asked them to basically enforce the law. That this is unacceptable, that our democratic system is contingent upon free and fair elections, and people should have access to polling places. Whether it's whether you're African American down south, and when there's a time when African Americans were intimidated and prevented from voting, and now we have a case in Philadelphia where it appears that this individual was trying to obstruct or make the poll of the voting a very unpleasant experience for anybody who was going to go in there. I saw the video, and it was quite clear to me that was intimidation, and it should be prosecuted as such by justice.
Have you heard any of his statements where he's calling for killing crackers, killing cracker babies, killing...
They were obviously very racially inflammatory comments that the guy was making. What I saw, I was the videos. The video's not lying. He said all those things, and that was a thing. That's why I can't understand why the Justice Department would back away from this prosecution. It seems to me it's a pretty clean case. I can't understand it, and this is going to be an issue that, frankly, this isn't the only issue where I've had problems with the Justice Department in recent months. This is the same Justice Department that wants to try terrorists up in New York City, including Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, which is a horrible idea. Everybody recognizes it now except the Attorney General. And I'm making a prediction. Those trials will never be held in New York City. It will not work. It creates too much of a security